Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Anafi bin Rizudin. So I am from Unicare Limited. So this project, this assignment about to partner by partners. My name is Muhammad Anafi, and then my partner is Amirul Aiman. So our topic about this essay is about corruption, effect of corruption on education center. So the detrimental effects of corruption on the education sector are widely known. When someone misuse the authority bestowed upon them for their own benefits, it is called corruption. It's like stealing from a treasure chest of knowledge. It has devastating consequences, not just for individual students, but for entire societies. Here are some of the key detrimental effects that I can mention it. First one is erosion of trust. When educators or official personnel it break the trust between them and the students, families, and the community they serve. This can lead to a significant and a decrease in overall education engagement. And the second one is reduced quality. Corruption also diverts resources away from where they are needed most, such as classrooms, teachers, trainings, and essential supplies. This result is overcrowded, unqualified teachers, learning materials, the quality of education received by the student. So the third one is unequal access. Corrupt practice often disproportionately affect disadvantaged group, creating unfair barriers to accessing quality education. This can exacerbate existing inequalities and hinder social mobility. So for the long-term impact, the consequences of a corrupt education beyond the classroom, it can lead into a workforce, inadequate skills development, and even contribute to political instability. Beyond financial theft, it is important to remember that corruption in education is not just about stealing money. It is also manifest in various forms like inflation, undermining the value of merit and fair assessment, and favoritism, hiring and promoting based on personal connection instead of qualification. Textbook and exam racketeering, inflating prices, of manipulating selection process for personal gain. Okay, so we go to the first point about effect of corruption in education sector. So it is great that we concern the knowledge that significant impact into the corruption on education sector. This systematic misappropriation of public resources and authority for personal gain is far-reaching detrimental consequences, hindering education goods and service across the board. Compromise requirement and teacher quality, where meritocratic principles are undermined by corruption in recruitment process, underqualified and inexperienced to find their way into classroom. This directly compromise the quality of education offered and negatively impact student learning outcomes. It is also exhibiting inequalities. This appropriate effect disadvantaged communities. The division of resources through corrupt practice further widens and the educational gap, leaving unprivileged children with limited access to quality to the education and perpetuating society inequalities. Next one is resources depleting and subpar learning environment. Corruption as a siphon, diverting essential funds mean for teacher salaries, infrastructure, and development and learning materials. This result in a vicious cycle of inadequate resources, subpar learning environment, and decreased accessibility to education. Distorted evaluation and inflated costs. Corruption can manipulate test results and rankings, creating a misleading picture of the education system. Additionally, it can inflate the cost of education, making it even less accessibly for those who need it most.
So hi, as you know, my name is Amir Rahman Biasullah. I will continue effect about corruption on education. So the communities and societies that teachers and students live in are also negatively impacted by corruption in the education sector. The corruption in the education system, which produce underqualified judge as doctor, engineers, and other professionals to manage the company. Corruption also gives a profound impact on social and economic development because it affects the sector that produce future leaders and experts. Corrupt educational systems increase the cost due to competition in attracting and retaining skilled people while producing personnel of lesser quality and qualifications. Corruption in education can hinder innovation and creativity in companies, which can hinder their expansions. This unfair influence from the public and private sectors in higher education can research goals, impair economic independence, and diminish the validity of research finding. So I want to So I will continue some of topic about combating corruption in education requires a multi-pronged approach. So the firstly is enacting and enforcing comprehensive anti-corruption legislation tailored to the education sector. The secondly is promoting transparency and accountability at all levels of educational administration. The next is empowering independent oversight bodies to investigate and expose corrupt practice. The next is fostering a culture of academic integrity and ethical conduct within educational institution. The lastly, investing in teacher training and professional development programs that emphasize ethical conduct. So, by tackling corruption head-on and building a robust and equitable education system, we can empower future generations to contribute meaningfully to a just, prosperous, and sustainable future for all. So, for our conclusion about our essay, like a sneaky weed, corruption in education steals knowledge and advancement by casting long shadows. Its repercussions are extensive, affecting not just specific kids and teachers but also the fabric of society. So let's examine the many facets of these cancers. Rappers, questions as we probe is sinister and this. It will take a marathon to eradicate corruption in education. It calls for steadfast dedication, teamwork, and a common goal of a day when knowledge serves as a lighthouse of hope rather than a piece in a deceitful game. Then we'll be able to fully benefit from education's transforming power and rise a generation that is ready to create a society that is just, equal and affluent. So thank you for all to watching us. Assalamualaikum.
What happens when the line is crossed, when ethics and integrity disappear? What happens when a public official directs funds away from schools for his or her own use? When textbooks, meant to be free, are sold on the street? When illegal fees are collected from parents? When a teacher is still on payroll but has not shown up for months? When a student cheats, or when exam proctors accept bribes to change results? When fraudulent contracts are made for suppliers and learning materials never reach students? When students are able to purchase fake degrees? When the line is crossed, this is corruption. Corruption reduces access to education, from preschool to university. It creates low-quality learning environments where the vulnerable suffer the most. It wastes talents and undermines our collective welfare. Stand up against corruption in education.